All right, our first speaker tonight is Garrett Curry. First and foremost, Garrett is very good at writing in the third person. It's funny, yes. He is also the principal of Ray Gun Workshop, a branding and web consultancy that helps emerging brands at their most pivotal moment. His approach to business and life is both artful and empathetic, always exploring design, culture, and coffee. His personal time is spent reminiscing about 80s pop culture, cheering on entrepreneurial wife, right out there, exactly, raising 2 children and failing to dream big enough. Please help me give Garrett a warm Sparks welcome as he takes the stage. You good?
Yep, good to go.
Get out of here.
I grew up with a brother. His name was Sean. We didn't share the same father. His father abandoned him when he was really young, and my father, when he remarried to our mother, adopted Sean as his own son. Now, throughout much of Sean's childhood, he struggled with hyperactivity. And like most kids in the 1970s, Sean was prescribed Ritalin through much of his childhood. And around 12 years old, my parents started to taper him off of the medication. Unfortunately, this caused a lot of sudden weight gain for Sean, and like overnight, he became like the fat kid in class. And that's tough on anyone. So Sean became pretty insecure about his own appearance. And so in an effort to keep him active, my parents signed my brother up for a local soccer league. And every game, my father watched him play. There was this one game that he played, though. He was playing with the team on the field, and the coach blew his whistle and called Sean onto the sideline to trade him in for a sub. The only problem was the sub didn't have his own jersey. And regulations stated that any player in the field had to have a numbered jersey. And so the coach instructed Sean to remove his jersey and hand it to the sub in front of all the spectators. Now, as you can imagine, that horrified my brother. And so he hesitated. And then the coach demanded it. Feeling like there was no other choice, my brother peeled the jersey off of himself and he handed it to the sub. And the sub ran into the game, and my brother walked to the bench, took a seat, folded his arms over himself in a futile attempt to hide. Now, my father could see everything happening from the stands, and from the look on his son's face, he knew exactly what Sean was feeling and experiencing. And so he responded. My father rose up from his seat, stepped off of the bleachers, walked to the bench, and in front of all those same spectators, removed his shirt, and he placed it on his son. And he just turned around and took his seat again in the bleachers. You know how that whole story is going to end, right? Sean's going to slim down and grow up and be amazingly cool like every 1980s John Hughes film ever. And that's exactly what happened. He became a teenager. He slimmed down, and yeah, Sean became really, really cool. But Sean was also very, very sad. And on October 26, 1985, my brother ended his own life. He was 17. And ever since that day, I've always asked myself, were the events on that soccer field even worth it? Is love ever really enough? And I have concluded that love may not be enough. Maybe it doesn't outrun our despair. Maybe it doesn't burn as bright as the darkness is deep. But love is essential because it is the most any of us have to offer, and it is the best chance any of us have. Thank you.